Hey everyone, it's me, Justin 2.0, and today we're going to be taking a look at Banished from Shining Rock Software. Now, before we get into the gameplay or anything, we're going to be taking a look at the options and the configuration menu. You have a lot of decent options. You got your anti-aliasing, your texture filtering, your shadow resolution, and your reflections, plus your resolution. And you can choose DirectX 11 or DirectX 9. There's no DirectX 10 support, so that's kind of, there's no like in between. It's either 11 or 9, which kind of sucks. You have your audio options, which, you know, your music and effects volume, ambient volume, and UI volume, which is whenever you click, gives you a little feedback there. All right, so decent options. Let's take a look at the actual game. We're going to begin a new game. And, Mulberryton. So, what we're going to do is terrain size large. Let's put it on medium. Starting conditions, medium. Disasters. I'm going to have these off for the sake of the actual video. So, it's basically on a medium difficulty. And, let's see. Starting conditions. Yeah, medium. So basically in this game what you're doing is you're trying to build up a town without your people just dying off. Which, you know, once you have no people, your town is done. You can't progress any farther. And usually once you've messed up, you pretty much have to start over and do a new town. But it's not that bad, actually. I've found myself coming back to this over and over again. Let's see, this, with the medium settings, you start off with a few supplies and a few other things. You pause and designate some. What we're going to do is remove and deconstruct. So you remove all resources in this area. So we're going to get some resources over here. And the soundtrack in this game is actually quite nice. And let's see here. Give it some speed here. And bring up all of our options here. Our professions, our map, our event log, and our supply management. Now, the only thing I have a problem with is that these don't stay when you switch over to a new map. You have to reset these all up and everything. So you can see everybody's just a general purpose type deal right now. I'm going to set a boarding house to be built. We'll rotate it and we'll put it right there. And we'll designate some builders. So we got people who will start building up the town. Now the thing that's really different about this game is it's actually quite a bit difficult on some of the higher settings, and even the medium settings. It's pretty difficult to get, you know, a steady supply of food. You have to make sure you have food. You have to make sure you have clothing and livestock and all that stuff. We started out with no livestock. If you start on the medium, or no, the easier settings, it gives you a couple of sheep and stuff for livestock. And you have to set up, like, you have to designate townspeople to do different things, like hunters and gatherers and fishermen and farmers and people who will be teachers and, you know, educators, miners, to get your town going. And it gets pretty difficult as you get more people. You know, you have to try to keep them happy by opening up taverns and all kinds of stuff like that. And that's, yeah, that it gets pretty difficult making sure you have the right amount of supplies. Now this right here is the overall health of your village. Amount stored of, oh, yeah, that's the amount stored of food. That's your village's overall average health of citizens, average happiness of citizens. So you have to try to keep those up. So I'm building a boarding house right now. This is for the initial, where everybody who doesn't have a house goes to sleep. So, yeah, at first, we don't have that many things to do. I'm gonna get a couple more. Remove resources here. All right, everybody, stop standing around out there in the wilderness and get this. Let's get this stuff done. Now you can speed it up to like 10 times and pause it, and things go a little bit smoother that way. Now, as I'm looking at the visuals of this game, and it looks rather nice for something that's like, you know, up close. It doesn't look that great, but I'm not really playing it up close that much. So like from back this angle right here, it looks all right. Let's see. So the first thing that I've heard you need to get going is a... What is it? I need a hunting cabin built somewhere. So I'm going to reserve this area out here for hunting. So let's get some people building that. And we're also going to need crop field. Crop field is too large. There. So we're going to have, let's see, we got laborers, we got builders. We're going to need a farmer. And we're going to need a hunter. So let's get these guys going and get these events turning here. And you can actually check on the progress of individual. We're going to plant potatoes. Work. Let's see here. Yes, you know, we got the farmer going. She's planting and tilling the land there, getting potatoes planted for the village. Now we're gonna have to, yeah, we got the builders out there building the hunter house. So now we need to get some. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Fishing docks. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. We need to get those built. But otherwise, yes, the visuals of this game are very, very nice. And this is practically the gameplay right here. You just sit here and you watch you guys go and you build up your town. And down here, the event log, this right here, tells you what's going on. It tells you, okay, so you've got children being born. And it tells you that, you know, one of the childs has grown up and become a laborer. So I can designate someone as a fisherman. Fisherman. Thank you. And then we got builders. So now I can undesignate some builders. They'll all be laborers and put some more into fishermen. And hunters. Actually, can only have 3 hunters right now. So what we need is... Let's see, what else do we need? Let's put some more into builders, because I'm about to build a stone house. Get some stone houses built for people who might need them. There we go. So now we've got people set to build their stone houses and all that. So that's good. So now we need infrastructure. Alright, so we'll build some stone roads here. We might have to go get some more stone soon. Reserve of stone is low. No shit. So what we're going to need is people to go gather stone. Keith stone. And see, look, they're over there harvesting all the crops, getting the food supply. Harvested firewood. That's something we need. That's something I almost forgot about. Let's see, we're gonna need a... Yeah, no, I know. Reserve of iron's low. We're gonna need a woodcutter. Build that bitch. And designate someone to be a woodcutter. And see, the thing is, when you've you don't have any laborers, but someone doesn't necessarily have a job, they default to laborer until their job can be done. So we've got people out there mining and stuff, and getting the stone and bringing it back and building houses. But I have a feeling, since I did not build a woodcutter right off the bat, we're not going to have enough firewood. So what I'm going to need to do is also harvest trees. We'll actually harvest the trees and stuff over there as well. So, and you can check about how much food you got stored, which, you know, right now the village is doing fine. It's early winter, so by the end of winter it's going to be pretty low. Let's see here. Collect iron. We only had like 2 things of iron over there. And eventually I'm going to have to build a blacksmith, but it's good to keep everything close together. Like right here, keep the crop field and the houses around the crop field. Reserves of firewood is low. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So, yeah. Keeping stuff together in this game is actually pretty good. And so you get your little fisherman over here. It's nice. Yeah. Anyways, so, you know, I got my fishermen gathering food, and I've got my hunters out here hunting for food. And in hindsight, I probably could have built the, I didn't see the river here. I probably could have built the fisherman's docks over here. But, you know, I can always go and deconstruct them. And actually, I might just do that. Fishermen. Homes and buildings. There's got to be a way to remove the structure. There you go. Remove this structure here. And we'll set it to... There we go. That way it'll be a lot closer to the village. And we will set them to remove resources in this area. And look at that. We got stuff being built and stuff happening here. So, yeah, this is pretty much basically what the game is. It's just this. But you're managing a village and trying to make sure that they don't starve, and it gets harder as you get more villagers. Your village continues to expand. And the more it expands, the harder it gets. So it's just there, and it expands and expands and expands, and my alarm is going off. Just missed. So yes, that is the gist of Banished, and that's about it. I think it's great for when you want someone to sit back, relax, and watch people build stuff. Like, it doesn't require a super huge amount of thinking, but it's just enough to be like, well, you know, it's just enough to be a challenge. Especially at the lower difficulties if you just want to sit down and play. But it also auto-saves every 15 minutes. So, like, say you can set the intervals in which it auto-saves. So if you mess up, you can go back 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour and try and figure out where you went wrong in doing something to try and fix it to make your village not die. If you're really attached to a certain village that you've built. And so, yeah. Get these houses built. Get these people... I got plenty of laborers. Woodcutter. actually. Oh, he's defaulted to a laborer anyway, so... And they've already torn down the other one. They're getting this house built up. So that's good. Get the rest of these houses built and get a woodcutter place built up. But yeah, that's basically the gist of the game. It's great. It's on Steam for... I don't remember how much it's for right now. But it's relatively... I think it's around 20 bucks. Don't quote me on that. But it is on Steam, and it's a fairly good price. So, thank you for tuning in for this episode of Should You Get. We'll be coming out with another one real soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.